did Stand Up and Scream, we were just writing music that like we just wanted to write. We didn't really care about, like, we were just into that certain style. But I think the second record is like way more mature and just like
it's honest. It's about us rather than the last one was about girls and shit, wasn't it? Like typical bullshit, breakups, you know, being upset, high school, whatever. This one's more like, this is us in Alexandria's life. Like, this is what it's been like for us the last 2 years. Like, all the good sides, all the bad sides, learning from our mistakes, growing as people and as a band and stuff. So it's like a true story kind of album, which is kind of ballsy. No one does that really.
Yeah.
But you know,
it was like a more mature approach to do, instead of just writing another Stand Up and Scream, you know, like what was expected from people. I think it's a lot different, but I think kids appreciate it. So
because we've seen so much shit, so much stuff's happened to us. Like I said, there's been a lot of bad stuff happen to this band too. Not in terms of the band's success, but just for us as people going through everything, like being thrown in at the deep end, touring straight away from never having toured before, being away from your family all the time, away from friends and stuff. It took a huge toll on us for a whilst we were getting into the role and the swing of things. We made a lot of stupid mistakes, did a lot of stupid things, too much alcohol, too much drugs, too much, you know, just girls on tour and stuff. And it's taken these 2 years for us to sort of sit down and go, oh shit, you know, like reflecting upon everything. Wow, like that's been some bad times, you know, which again is what this whole album's about.
Within those times, those bad times that you speak of, are there moments that completely stand out to you?
That's even probably worse, the fact that there aren't. They all just sort of, in my mind anyway, just blend together into a big cesspool of drunken, stupid idiocracy. And
I think it's because like the past 2 years, it's like we've gone from just tour to tour to tour and just like constantly touring, so there's not just like any standout tours there.
There was no time for us to sit back really and go, oh, what did I do yesterday? Because the next day we're doing it all over again. It's been tough. It's been a lot of fun. I wouldn't change it for the world because it's helped us grow as people, and obviously it's helped us write this record. I'm just trying to, you know, keep a level head about it all, and then eventually when I've got fucking kids and grandkids, I can have amazing stories to tell and not be disappointed with what I've done with my life.
I feel like this band is like, we like achieve something, we like achieve our goal, but we're always striving to do better, like bigger and better things. Like we've always been like that since day one.
Rather than focus on what we have achieved,
like,
focus on what we want to achieve.
I feel like a lot of bands, they'll like have a goal and they'll achieve it and then just sit back and just try and act on that, and then they'll just die.
We're always trying to obtain something greater.
Yeah, we're always trying to strive for bigger and better things, but we still appreciate what we have, you know. Like that's how I feel like this band is.
What bands do you admire?
If I'm being completely honest, I can find something in every band to admire now. Not the music I listen to aside, like I love blues, I love rock, I love 80s stuff, I love modern stuff, but just any musician, man, like even as far as Justin Bieber, like all I hear is people talking crap. Justin Bieber is a spoiled rich kid, he's crap. But it's like, well, so what, man? It's a little kid. Apparently he sings, he plays drums, bass, guitar. Apparently he does like everything. Like, give him credit where it's due, you know. Like I'll even look up to that kid because he's doing what he loves to do and he's working hard for it.
What about bands that are out in the scene right now? Are there particular ones that you just tip your hat off to? They're just doing so well.
Definitely A Day to Remember.
Yeah.
I mean, as a band, I don't jam them that much, but they've far surpassed anything any other band has done in this scene. You know, they're going upwards and beyondwards, and they're working really hard to make a name for themselves everywhere, which I could definitely admire.
I feel like they've like pushed this scene forward as well, because they're like breaking into like all the radio hits and shit like that. Like it's like got this scene way more noticed into like the public eye, which is awesome. So yeah, hats off to them. Definitely.
I want to talk a little bit about the pre-production. What is a day in pre-production like?
Pre-production in the studio with Joey. I mean, well, when we're writing, I've normally sat down and written a bunch of stuff on my laptop. And once I'm sort of happy with the way a song is turning out or whatever, I'll go sit down with the guys and I'll be like, this is an idea I've got. What do you like? What don't you like? What do we need to change? What do we need to do? And we work on it from there. And then when we go into the studio to do pre-production with Joey, it's like we take those songs and we break them down again and build them up from the best parts of what we all can agree would make an amazing song.
What kind of producer is Joey Sturgis? I know he does like the Devil Wears Prada. He's worked with so many bands. What's his philosophy like?
I think he just wants to be the best he possibly can be. Like, that man is ridiculous. He goes into every album with the frame of mind that the last album he did was his best work ever, and so he needs to improve this next one he's doing. And I think he does with every release that comes out from that guy. It's just better and better and better than the last. He learns from his own mistakes. He like looks really deep into each song and what it needs, and he hears shit that I could wish to hear in a million years that should be in a song. And once he puts it there, it's like, shit, you know, that makes so much sense. So he's just a phenomenal producer, isn't he? Unreal.
Is there a boundary with technology with you guys, or are there things that you just absolutely won't do, like click tracks or cutting and pasting?
No, I mean, when you're in the studio, you want to make something the best it possibly can be, you know, so I'm down for anything. As long as we're not faking it, you know, I'm not going to fucking get a MIDI keyboard out and play my guitar riffs on a MIDI keyboard and have a computer do it. So long as we're there physically doing it, you know, I think technology is only helping. A lot of people record their own shit now, which is cool that you can do that. I still like working with Joey because it's an outsider's opinion, but I'm down.
When it comes to ideas for the studio, like, I guess maybe the first album we were a bit like, like say if Joey had an idea and we're like, I don't know if we can do that, but for Reckless, it's like we were open to so many ideas. Like,
balls to the wall, just try anything.
Yeah, just go all out on it and see what comes of it. So I think we've achieved that with the new albums.
You were talking about the first album with Joey. What was it like in the early days of Asking Alexandria?
I don't know, because we didn't really have we didn't have anything to base any success off of. Like, we were nothing. So whatever we did do for us was a goal, yeah. Like, was anything forward compared to what we had done. So we just went in there and were like, let's have fun with this. Let's make an album that we enjoy, like making and playing, and just see what happens, really. And you know, obviously this has happened and this continues to happen. So now we have things to look back on to try and improve for next time, whereas we didn't have anything to base anything off of before, which made it kind of difficult, I guess.
Yeah.
What about from here on out? What are things that you can improve on as a band or individually?
What can't you improve on? I mean, everything I've ever done in my life, I want to improve on next time I go around and do it. That goes for songwriting, producing the album with Joey, like the way we go about writing things, the way we go about touring, the way we treat people, the bands we decide to bring on tour, everything. I just always want to move onwards and upwards. I never want to ever regress and take any backward steps that could hinder this band or any of the 5 members in it, you know, or anyone involved. I'm always looking to improve everything, really.
Always trying to like plan ahead and take it as it comes. Just always trying to move forward. So.
Reckless and Relentless. What happened in Seattle?
Just drunk. Danny just got he had a really, I'm not going to go into the details, he had a really bad personal experience that happened to him sort of a day or two before that, and he had been sober the whole tour up to that point, completely sober, and then something really quite nasty happened to him and it just set him off and just like drinking again, and it was one show, and I mean we've done hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of shows, and that's the first time I feel like that's happened, and I'm not condoning it. It should never have happened. It was fucking god awful. Being on that stage was embarrassing. It was upsetting. But I'm almost glad it did happen for Danny to be able to sit back and realise and go, oh shit, you know. Like he came up to us after show, or he came up to me anyway. He was crying and he was like, "That's proof I can't do this anymore. I can't just get drunk and throw everything away. It's unfair what I did." So, you know, he realised, and you know, we still played the whole set without Danny because we were there for our fans and stuff, and they fully supported us. They've been so good, so nice. Like they've been totally supportive and understanding of the situation, and we're going to go back soon and you know, do a free show as an apology.
You're not going to Europe in 4 days.
Hey, what the fuck are you guys doing? What's up, mice and men? What's Austin doing in a Mini Cooper? That's random as shit. And he's in the back, he's tall.
Yeah. Unlucky, mate.
Yeah.
Are they going to Australia and doing that thing with I Killed the Prom Queen soon?
Yeah, we were supposed to be on that tour.
What happened?
We had to drop off it because we're doing a big radio festival called Rock on the Range in Ohio. And it was just a huge opportunity for this band to, again, take a big step forward in our career. So we took that and we're rescheduling an Australian tour of our own, hopefully for later on in the year.
Do you see a difference in crowds from Australia or Europe and in the US?
Honestly, not really. I mean, maybe in Europe and stuff there's a language barrier, but like even then, people that come to our shows are just always really nice, always super excited. They all, no matter where we go, they all give it their all, they all get involved. The only difference is I notice from place to place, literally is like the culture, the food, the architect, like architecture of the buildings and shit, like nothing specifically to do with the shows themselves, just I guess.
It's getting to the point where like we've worked like up to this point, so wherever we go, like we're drawing like a pretty good crowd. Like say maybe like a year and a half ago, it wouldn't be the same, but like now it's slowly getting to the point where it's enjoyable to go anywhere in the world. Like we just played like Japan, Australia, and it was absolutely amazing. So
are there particular cities that just have a killer local scene?
See, I couldn't even answer that now, man. Like, because I just have such a good time every night. I never leave a show thinking, well, that was amazing, so much better than such and such, because every night, for me anyway, consistently is a good time. And every night's different as well, which is the nice thing. You're never going to have the exact same show with the exact same, because like some cities we go to, they might like hardcore dance more, and then some cities we go to might, sing along more. Either way, it's both awesome. They're just different ways of expressing yourself whilst you're at a concert, I guess.
I have a few bands to throw out, and I want to get your thoughts on them. Glassjaw.
Man, I haven't listened to them in fucking ages, mate. When was the last time we ever listened to them? I think I was in like year 12. How old would I have been in year 12? 16, 17? Yeah, I haven't listened to them in fucking ages, man.
The new EP is really good.
Is it really?
It's really good.
I think AP just reviewed it, didn't they? I think they did. I think I read about it today.
What about Out the Drive-In?
Dude, I never got into Out the Drive-In. I never really heard of them until I came to America. There's a lot of bands that I'd never heard of that are American until I came over here, and vice versa. Like, there's a lot of bands that we listen to, people go, who? So,
what are some of those bands that you listen to where people go, who?
It's hard to think now. Fuck. Eternal Lord, no one knows who they are. Fucking...
Sort of like the UK scene.
Annotations of an Autopsy were like that. They're more known now, but they weren't when we first came here.
Some like a few UK hype bands that just never really like got brought over to the US.
To America, yeah.
It's the same as like, I mean, when I first came over here, there would be so many bands in like this scene that I just had no idea who they were, but like they were drawing like loads of kids, so I got like pushed into that scene, so like I know a lot more about the American scene. So
this is kind of a random question.
2.5 inches together.
Together, it's pretty impressive.
Yeah.
How much do you feel publicity affects the success of your bands, like having a publicist?
It really helps. Like we got to a certain point without having any press really. Like AP never featured us, the Softstream never featured us. We never had many interviews or anything like that. But our fan base still grew just through relentless touring. But it was like gradual. And since George came along and became our publicist, we've been getting interview after interview after interview, and I'm starting to notice it really has had an effect. Like just the jump in album sales, even our old albums started selling like way more, which is crazy. And just the people that are interested in endorsing us now and stuff like that. Like, definitely makes a huge difference.
The more press attention that you get, the more media attention that you get. Do you feel that people see you as more of an image, or do they see the music for what it is?
I guess that depends on the individual person.
Right. If they like,
they don't just.
Well, for you individually,
I feel like it's constant. I feel like we're getting less shit off people now than we were before. We used to get a lot of shit for our image, and people think we were an image-based band and stuff. And I don't see that as much anymore, because I really feel like our fan base has expanded so much. It's like from I've seen like 7-year-old kids at our shows, all the way up to like 55-year-old dudes. You know, like it's just got so much wider from picking the tours that we picked and stuff like that. People don't look at our image as much anymore. I don't think, especially since we've started not caring as much and not straightening our hair as much and shit. I feel like that it's kind of dying down, the whole image thing, and people just sort of enjoy us for our music, and I kind of feel like they enjoy us as people too, because we don't try and take everything too seriously. Just try and have fun and, you know, keep in contact with our fans and stuff as much as we can.